Neuropsychology Unveiled, From Basics to Frontiers. 1. Introduction to Neuropsychology. Level, Beginner. Skill, Basic Understanding. Knowledge, Medium. Education, High School Level. Content, Overview of the brain, Basic Functions, Introduction to the Nervous System, History of Neuropsychology. 2. Foundations of Brain Behavior. Level, Intermediate. Skill, Foundational Skills. Knowledge, High. Education, Undergraduate Level. Content, Neuroanatomy, Neural Processes, Sensory and Motor Systems, Cognitive Functions, Emotional Regulation. 3. Clinical Neuropsychology. Level, Advanced. Skill, Well with Mastery. Knowledge, High. Education, Bachelor's Degree. Content, Assessment Techniques, Neuropsychological Tests, Brain Injury, Rehabilitation Methods. 4. Cognitive Neuroscience. Level, Expert. Skill, Expert Analysis. Knowledge, the highest. Education, Master's Degree. Content, Advanced Cognitive Functions, Neural Networks, Brain Plasticity, Cognitive Development, and Aging. 5. Neuropsychological Research Methods. Level, Advanced, Innovative. Skill, Innovative Methods. Knowledge, High, the highest. Education, Doctoral Level. Content, Experimental Designs, Statistical Methods, Neuroimaging Techniques, Ethics in Neuropsychological Research. 6. Special Topics in Neuropsychology. Level, Pioneer. Skill, Pioneer in Field. Knowledge, the highest. Education, Postdoctoral Studies. Content, Cutting-edge research, Neurodegenerative diseases, Neuropsychology of emotion and affect, Neuropharmacology, and Neural engineering. 7. Applied Neuropsychology. Level, Expert, Pioneer. Skill, Expert Application. Knowledge, the highest. Education, Continuing Education / Professional Development. Content, Clinical Applications, Neuropsychology in Education, Legal and Ethical Issues, Futuristic Approaches in Neuropsychology. 8. Innovations in Neuropsychology. Level, Innovative. Skill, Innovative Research. Knowledge, the highest. Education, Lifelong Learning. Content, Emerging Technologies in Neuropsychology, for example, AI and machine learning applications, future directions in brain behavior studies. Pedagogical approach. Interactive lectures, to cover theory and foundational knowledge. Lab workshops, for practical skills in neuroimaging and diagnostics. Case studies, for clinical applications and problem-solving skills. Research projects, to encourage innovative thinking and original research. Seminars and conferences, for exposure to pioneering work and networking. Assessment. Quizzes and exams, to test knowledge and understanding at various levels. Practical assignments, for assessing skills in applying neuropsychological techniques. Research papers, to evaluate expertise in innovative and pioneering concepts. Peer review, for developing critical analysis and feedback skills. This program outline is designed to be flexible, accommodating learners at different points in their educational journey and with varied levels of expertise in neuropsychology. Each level builds upon the previous, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of the field from basic concepts to advanced and innovative applications. Creating an in-depth and comprehensive course script that captures a broad spectrum of neuropsychological knowledge, tailored for various educational and skill levels, is a substantial undertaking. Given the complexity and the breadth of the request, let's start with a detailed outline for the first module, Introduction to Neuropsychology. This will serve as a model for subsequent modules, ensuring each concept is thoroughly explained and accessible to students and teachers alike. This approach will be used to tackle all levels of understanding and skill, as per the structure provided. Neuropsychology Unveiled, From Basics to Frontiers is a comprehensive educational journey designed to immerse students and professionals alike in the depths and complexities of neuropsychology. This course spans from foundational knowledge, such as the structure and functions of the brain and nervous system, to the cutting-edge applications in clinical settings, research methodologies, and innovative technologies reshaping the field. Through interactive lectures, hands-on lab workshops, in-depth case studies, original research projects, and exposure to pioneering work via seminars and conferences, participants will gain a nuanced understanding of neuropsychological principles and their applications. Tailored to accommodate a broad range of skill and knowledge levels, from beginners to experts in the field, this course aims to foster a generation of neuropsychologists equipped to tackle the challenges of tomorrow with confidence and creativity. Whether you're looking to solidify your understanding of basic concepts or to explore the forefront of neuropsychological innovation, Neuropsychology Unveiled offers the resources, guidance, and inspiration necessary to advance your expertise and impact the field. Module 1, Introduction to Neuropsychology. Objective: to introduce students to the foundational concepts of neuropsychology, exploring the brain's structure and basic functions, and tracing the historical development of the field. Part 1, Understanding the brain. What is the brain? Definition: the brain is an organ of the body made up of nervous tissue. It controls our thoughts, memory, speech, movements, and the function of many organs within our body. Importance: it is the control center for every activity necessary for life, including our senses, emotions, and thoughts. How it works: through billions of neurons interconnected by synapses, sending and receiving signals via neurotransmitters. Basic functions of the brain. Definition: functions include processing sensory information, regulating blood pressure and breathing, and enabling thought, memory, and emotion. How to understand it: through the study of brain damage effects, neuroimaging, and experiments in psychology and neurobiology. Part 2, The Nervous System. Introduction to the nervous system. Definition: the network of nerve cells and fibers that transmits nerve impulses between parts of the body. Components: central nervous system, CNS, and peripheral nervous system, PNS. Function: controls both voluntary and involuntary actions and sends signals to different parts of the body. Part 3, History of Neuropsychology. The evolution of neuropsychology. Definition: neuropsychology is a branch of psychology that is concerned with how a person's cognition and behavior are related to the brain and the rest of the nervous system. Historical milestones: phrenology in the 19th century, Bruker's work on aphasia, and the development of neuroimaging techniques. Significance: understanding the historical context helps appreciate the field's complexity and its interdisciplinary nature. Teaching and learning strategies. Interactive lectures use visuals of brain structures and functions to enhance understanding. Group discussions facilitate conversations about the historical impact of key discoveries in neuropsychology. Case studies introduce real-life scenarios to apply basic neuropsychological concepts. Assessment and application. Quizzes, short tests focused on basic definitions and functions of the brain and nervous system. Reflection papers, Encourage students to reflect on the evolution of neuropsychology and its impact on understanding human behavior. Practical exercises. Engage students in identifying parts of the brain using models or software to solidify their understanding of brain anatomy. Conclusion. This module aims to lay the groundwork for understanding the complex interactions between the brain, the nervous system, and human behavior. It's designed to spark curiosity and provide students with the tools to explore neuropsychology's broader landscape. Creating a comprehensive module script for foundations of brain behavior involves presenting detailed information in a structured, accessible way. This module will delve into the intricacies of neuroanatomy, neural processes, and the foundations of sensory, motor, cognitive, and emotional functions. The goal is to ensure that all terms are defined, processes explained, and the importance of each aspect underscored with clarity. Module 2, Foundations of Brain Behavior. Objective: equip students with a deep understanding of the structural and functional aspects of the brain, emphasizing how these elements contribute to behavior and cognition. Part 1, Neuroanatomy. What is neuroanatomy? Definition: the study of the structure and organization of the nervous system. Importance: understanding neuroanatomy is crucial for grasping how brain functions relate to behavior and mental processes. Key components: brain regions, cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem. Functional areas: frontal lobes, decision-making, problem-solving, temporal lobes, memory, understanding, parietal lobes, perception, spelling, occipital lobes, visual processing. How to learn neuroanatomy: utilize diagrams, 3D models, and interactive software for visualizing brain structures. Part 2, Neural processes. What are neural processes? Definition: the activities and interactions among neurons that lead to various functions of the nervous system. Core concepts: neurotransmission, the process by which neurotransmitters are released by one neuron, cross the synaptic gap, and bind to receptors on the next neuron. Synaptic plasticity, the ability of synapses to strengthen or weaken over time, in response to increases or decreases in their activity. Application: understanding these processes is essential for comprehending how learning and memory work, and how various neurological and psychological conditions arise. Part 3, Sensory and motor systems. Sensory systems. Definition: the parts of the nervous system responsible for processing sensory information from the environment. Components: visual, auditory, olfactory, gustatory, tactile, and proprioceptive systems. Motor systems. Definition: the neural mechanisms that coordinate muscle activation for the movement of body parts. Understanding movement, discussion of the motor cortex, cerebellum, and basal ganglia, and their roles in initiating and regulating movement. Part 4, Cognitive functions and emotional regulation. Cognitive functions. Definition: the mental processes that enable us to carry out any task from the simplest to the most complex. Examples: attention, memory, language, problem solving. Emotional regulation. Definition: the ability to monitor, evaluate, and modulate emotional reactions. Mechanisms: the amygdala's role in emotional processing, the prefrontal cortex's role in managing those responses. Teaching strategies. Lectures, to cover theoretical aspects of neuroanatomy and neural processes. Lab sessions, hands-on exploration using brain models and neuroimaging software. Discussions, to connect the material to real-life examples and case studies. Assessment methods. Exams, to test knowledge on neuroanatomy, neural processes, and their relation to behavior. Practical assignments, application of concepts in identifying neurological pathways and their functions. Research projects, in-depth study on specific sensory or motor systems, cognitive functions, or emotional regulation mechanisms. Conclusion. This module provides a comprehensive foundation in understanding the brain's structure and functions, crucial for further exploration into specialized topics in neuropsychology. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of physical structures and psychological processes in shaping human behavior and cognition. Creating an entire course with detailed explanations for each component, including every term defined and instructional guidance for all processes, within a single response is beyond our capacity due to the complexity and depth required. However, I can guide you through creating a structured outline for a course module, focusing on foundations of brain behavior which you can then expand upon for each section. Course module outline, foundations of brain behavior. Objective. Equip students with a comprehensive understanding of the brain's structure and function, emphasizing neuroanatomy, neural processes, sensory and motor systems, cognitive functions, and emotional regulation. Course content. 1. Introduction to neuroanatomy. Definition, study of the structure and organization of the nervous system. Why it's important, serves as the foundation for understanding how the brain functions and influences behavior. Key concepts: brain regions, cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem, lobes of the brain, frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal, and their functions. How to learn it: use diagrams, 3D models, and interactive digital tools. 2. Neural processes. Definition, activities and interactions among neurons that lead to brain function. Core processes, neurotransmission, synaptic plasticity. Understanding it, through studies on neuron structure, action potentials, and the synaptic gap. Application, relate to disorders and treatments, for example, how antidepressants work. 3. Sensory and motor systems. Sensory systems overview, process external stimuli, vision, hearing, smell, taste, touch. Motor systems overview, control voluntary and involuntary movements. Learning approach, hands-on experiments, for example, reaction time tests, and case studies. 4. Cognitive functions. Definition, mental processes that enable thinking, learning, memory, and more. Components, attention, perception, memory, language, executive functions. Studying technique, interactive lectures, problem-solving exercises, memory games. 5. Emotional regulation. Understanding emotional regulation, ability to manage and respond to emotional experiences. Biological basis, roles of the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex. Practical learning, discussion on real-life scenarios, mindfulness exercises. Teaching methodology. Lectures for theoretical knowledge. Interactive sessions for applying concepts. Lab work for hands-on experience with neuroanatomy models and software. Group projects focusing on case studies to enhance teamwork and critical thinking. Assessment. Quizzes and exams to test understanding of key concepts. Practical exams on identifying brain parts and functions. Research paper or project on a chosen topic related to brain behavior. Conclusion. This module provides a holistic understanding of the brain's structure, function, and its impact on behavior and cognition. The approach is designed to cater to intermediate learners, preparing them for advanced studies in neuropsychology. For the module Clinical Neuropsychology, we will delve into advanced topics such as assessment techniques, neuropsychological tests, understanding brain injuries, and exploring rehabilitation methods. This module aims to equip students with the knowledge and skills to perform neuropsychological assessments, understand the implications of brain injuries, and apply appropriate rehabilitation strategies. This content is designed for students at an advanced level, particularly those pursuing or holding a bachelor's degree in psychology or a related field, and aims to enhance their mastery of clinical neuropsychology. Module 3, Clinical Neuropsychology. Objective: to provide an in-depth understanding of clinical neuropsychology, focusing on the assessment and treatment of brain injuries and disorders. Students will learn about various neuropsychological tests and rehabilitation methods. Course content: 1. Introduction to clinical neuropsychology. Definition: a branch of psychology focused on the relationship between the brain and neuropsychological functions, including cognition, emotion, and behavior, often in the context of brain injury or neurological illness. Importance: essential for diagnosing and treating neurological disorders, understanding brain-behavior relationships, and applying this knowledge in clinical settings. 2. Neuropsychological assessment techniques. Definition: procedures and tests used to evaluate a person's cognitive, behavioral, and emotional functioning. Components: interviews, behavioral observations, standardized tests. Application: detailed explanation of how to administer and interpret common neuropsychological tests, for example, WACE, WMS, Boston Naming Test. Purpose: to diagnose conditions, plan treatments, measure treatment effectiveness. 3. Understanding brain injuries. Types of brain injuries: traumatic brain injury, TBI, strokes, infections, hypoxia, tumors. Symptoms and effects: cognitive impairments, memory, attention, physical symptoms, headaches, dizziness, emotional and behavioral changes. Diagnostic tools: MRI, CT scans, and their roles in identifying brain injuries. 4. Rehabilitation methods. Definition: therapeutic interventions designed to help individuals recover cognitive function or compensate for cognitive deficits. Approaches: restorative approaches, aiming to improve function, compensatory strategies, finding ways to compensate for lost abilities, psychoeducation for patients and families. Examples of therapies: cognitive rehabilitation therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy. Implementing rehabilitation: planning and executing individualized rehabilitation programs based on assessment findings. Teaching methodology: lecture sessions for theoretical understanding. Case studies to apply knowledge to real-world scenarios. Practical workshops on assessment techniques and interpretation of results. Guest lectures from practicing clinical neuropsychologists. Assessment: midterm exam covering assessment techniques and understanding of brain injuries. Final project: students conduct a mock neuropsychological assessment, including test selection, administration, and interpretation, followed by a rehabilitation plan proposal. Participation: engagement in discussions, practical workshops, and case study analyses. Conclusion: this module arms students with a comprehensive grasp of clinical neuropsychology's core aspects, from assessment to rehabilitation. It bridges theoretical knowledge with practical skills, preparing students for clinical or research roles in neuropsychology. For the module Cognitive Neuroscience, we are venturing into an area requiring expert analysis and a deep understanding of advanced cognitive functions, neural networks, brain plasticity, cognitive development, and the impacts of aging on the brain. This module is designed for students at an expert level, particularly those pursuing or holding a master's degree in neuroscience, psychology, or a related field. It aims to deepen their understanding of how cognitive processes are supported and modulated by neural mechanisms throughout the human lifespan. Module 4, Cognitive Neuroscience. Objective: to explore the neural underpinnings of cognitive functions, the organization and operation of neural networks, the principles of brain plasticity, and the effects of aging on cognitive development. Course content: 1. Advanced cognitive functions. Definition: high-level brain functions involved in perception, memory, attention, language, and problem-solving. Key concepts: executive functions, consciousness, decision-making processes. Understanding it, through studies on the prefrontal cortex and its role in complex cognitive behaviors. 2. Neural networks. Definition: groups of interconnected neurons that work together to perform specific tasks or represent specific types of information. Components: local networks, within brain regions, and distributed networks, across regions. How they work: discussion on connectivity, functional specialization, and integration. 3. Brain plasticity. Definition: the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Types: synaptic plasticity, changes in the strength of existing connections, and structural plasticity, formation of new neurons and connections. Implications: for learning, memory, recovery from brain injury. 4. Cognitive development and aging. Cognitive development: the emergence and growth of abilities to think, reason, and understand. Aging: how cognitive functions are influenced by aging, including typical patterns of cognitive change, neurodegenerative diseases, and strategies to maintain cognitive health. Teaching methodology. Lecture series with visuals to illustrate complex neural structures and functions. Lab sessions using neuroimaging tools, for example, fMRI, EEG, to study brain activity related to cognitive tasks. Journal clubs for discussing recent research articles in cognitive neuroscience. Group projects on current topics in the field, encouraging collaboration and critical thinking. Assessment. Written exams on theory and application of cognitive neuroscience concepts. Research proposal: design a study addressing an unresolved question in cognitive neuroscience. Presentation: share findings from group projects or research proposals with peers and faculty. Conclusion. This module provides an in-depth look at cognitive neuroscience, offering insights into the complexity of brain functions and their evolution across the lifespan. It prepares students for advanced research or clinical practice in neuropsychology, neuroscience, and related fields. For the module Neuropsychological Research Methods, we are focusing on the realm of advanced and innovative research techniques, statistical analyses, and the use of neuroimaging in neuropsychology, as well as the crucial aspect of ethics in research. This module is tailored for individuals at the doctoral level of education, embedding a high to the highest level of knowledge and skill, particularly those involved in or aspiring to conduct research within the field of neuropsychology. The goal is to equip students with the competencies needed to design, implement, and analyze neuropsychological research projects ethically and effectively. Module 5, Neuropsychological Research Methods. Objective: To cultivate a sophisticated understanding of research methodology in neuropsychology, covering experimental designs, statistical analysis, neuroimaging techniques, and ethical considerations. Course content. 1. Experimental designs in neuropsychology. Definition: the blueprint for conducting a research study to test hypotheses. Key types: case control studies, longitudinal studies, cross-sectional studies, randomized controlled trials. Application: how to choose the appropriate design for various research questions in neuropsychology. 2. Statistical methods for neuropsychological research. Definition: techniques that allow researchers to interpret data and draw conclusions. Key concepts: descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, multivariate analyses. Tools and software. Introduction to software, for example, SPSS, R, MATLAB, for performing statistical analysis. 3. Neuroimaging techniques. Definition: methods used to visualize the structure and function of the brain. Types: MI, fMRI, PET, EEG, MEG. Choosing the right technique. Considerations based on research questions, strengths and limitations of each method. 4. Ethics in neuropsychological research. Importance: ensuring that research is conducted in a manner that is ethical and respects the rights and dignity of participants. Key principles: informed consent, confidentiality, minimization of harm. Regulatory bodies: overview of institutional review boards, IRB, and ethics committees. Teaching methodology. Interactive lectures with real-life examples of neuropsychological studies. Hands-on workshops on statistical software and neuroimaging data analysis. Ethics debates and discussions on case studies to highlight ethical dilemmas in research. Group projects to design a research proposal, incorporating all module components. Assessment. Practical assignments, data analysis tasks using statistical software. Research proposal, development of a comprehensive research plan, including methodology, expected results, and ethical considerations. Examinations, tests on knowledge of research methods, statistics, and ethical principles. Conclusion. This module offers an in-depth exploration of the tools and methodologies essential for cutting-edge neuropsychological research, emphasizing ethical considerations. It prepares students for the complexities of conducting research in the field, providing them with the skills needed to contribute valuable insights to neuropsychology. For the module Special Topics in Neuropsychology, designed for individuals at the pinnacle of educational achievement in neuropsychology, postdoctoral scholars and pioneers in the field, this content dives into the frontiers of neuropsychological research. It encompasses a spectrum of advanced topics including cutting-edge research, the intricacies of neurodegenerative diseases, the nuanced understanding of emotion and affect within neuropsychology, the application of neuropharmacology, and the innovations within neural engineering. The aim is to not only provide knowledge but also to inspire innovative thought and further research in these areas. Module 6, Special Topics in Neuropsychology. Objective: to explore advanced and pioneering topics in neuropsychology, offering insights into the latest research and developments in the field, and encouraging innovative thinking and research proposals. Course content. 1. Cutting-edge research in neuropsychology. Definition: the latest, most advanced, and innovative research findings in the field of neuropsychology. Topics covered: emerging theories of consciousness, breakthroughs in cognitive enhancement, and novel therapeutic approaches. Exploration method: review and discussion of recent publications in top neuropsychology journals. 2. Neurodegenerative diseases. Overview: conditions that result in the progressive degeneration of nerve cells, leading to symptoms such as memory loss, motor function decline, and altered cognition. Key diseases: Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease. Current research and treatments, latest findings on the pathophysiology, genetic factors, and innovative treatment strategies. 3. Neuropsychology of emotion and affect. Definition: the study of how the brain processes and regulates emotions and affective states. Importance: understanding the neural basis of emotions is crucial for clinical practices, such as in treating mood disorders. Research techniques: functional neuroimaging studies on emotional processing and regulation. 4. Neuropharmacology. Definition: the study of how drugs affect cellular function in the nervous system and the neural mechanisms through which they influence behavior. Applications: the use of pharmacological agents to treat neuropsychological disorders. Trends: personalized medicine and the development of neuroprotective drugs. 5. Neural engineering. Definition: an interdisciplinary field that uses engineering techniques to understand, repair, replace, enhance, or otherwise exploit the properties of neural systems. Innovations: brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, neuroprosthetics, and techniques for neural regeneration. Future directions: the potential for integrating artificial intelligence with neural engineering. Teaching methodology. Expert-led seminars, sessions conducted by leading researchers in the field, providing first-hand insights into ongoing research. Research workshops, practical sessions on how to design and conduct research in these cutting-edge areas. Discussion panels, opportunities for students to engage with experts and discuss potential future directions for neuropsychology. Assessment. Research proposal. Students will draft a proposal for an innovative research project in one of the module's topics. Oral presentation. Presentation of their research ideas to a panel of neuropsychology experts. Critical review paper. Analysis and critique of recent research articles related to the module's topics. Conclusion. This module challenges students to engage deeply with the most advanced topics in neuropsychology, fostering a culture of innovation and research excellence. It prepares them to contribute to the field's advancement, pushing the boundaries of what is currently known and understood. For the module Applied Neuropsychology, we aim to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and real-world application, focusing on how neuropsychological principles can be applied in clinical settings, education, and within legal and ethical frameworks. Additionally, we'll explore futuristic approaches in neuropsychology that could revolutionize the field. This module is tailored for individuals with an expert to pioneer level of understanding, ideally suited for those engaged in continuing education or professional development in neuropsychology or related fields. The goal is to enhance practical skills and knowledge, preparing participants to apply neuropsychological concepts innovatively and ethically in various professional contexts. Module 7, Applied Neuropsychology. Objective: to provide a comprehensive overview of the application of neuropsychological concepts and methods in clinical practice, education, addressing legal and ethical considerations, and exploring future directions in the field. Course content: 1. Clinical applications of neuropsychology. Definition: the use of neuropsychological knowledge and techniques to assess, diagnose, and treat individuals with neurological, medical, or psychiatric conditions. Key areas: cognitive rehabilitation, neuropsychological assessment for various conditions, for example, TBI, dementia, and intervention strategies. Implementing techniques, steps for conducting neuropsychological evaluations, interpreting results, and developing treatment plans. 2. Neuropsychology in education. Overview: application of neuropsychological principles to enhance learning, teaching methods, and educational outcomes. Topics: neurodevelopmental disorders, for example, ADHD, dyslexia, assessment and accommodation strategies, and neuroeducational interventions. Practical application: designing programs for students with learning differences, incorporating neurofeedback, and understanding the neural basis of learning styles and disabilities. 3. Legal and ethical issues in neuropsychology. Definition: the ethical and legal considerations relevant to the practice of neuropsychology. Key issues: confidentiality, informed consent, competency evaluations, and the role of neuropsychologists in legal settings. Navigating challenges, ethical decision-making processes, considerations for vulnerable populations, and the neuropsychologist's responsibilities in court settings. 4. Futuristic approaches in neuropsychology. Definition: innovative and speculative methods and technologies that could influence future practices in neuropsychology. Innovations: brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, virtual reality, VR, for therapeutic uses, genetic engineering, and the impact of artificial intelligence, AI, on neuropsychological assessments and interventions. Exploring potential, discussing the implications, challenges, and ethical considerations of adopting new technologies in neuropsychological practice. Teaching methodology. Case studies, real-world examples to illustrate the application of neuropsychological principles in clinical and educational settings. Workshops and simulations, hands-on practice with neuropsychological assessment tools, software, and emerging technologies. Expert panels and guest lectures, insights from leading practitioners and researchers on current trends and future directions in neuropsychology. Assessment. Project work, development of an intervention plan for a case study, incorporating clinical or educational neuropsychological applications. Ethical dilemmas essay, analysis of a complex ethical scenario encountered in neuropsychological practice. Technology review, a critical review of an emerging technology or approach in neuropsychology, evaluating its potential impacts and ethical considerations. Conclusion. This module empowers participants with the knowledge and skills to apply neuropsychological concepts effectively in various professional contexts, navigate ethical dilemmas with confidence, and remain at the forefront of technological advancements in the field. For the module Innovations in Neuropsychology, we'll delve into the realm of futuristic technologies and methodologies that are beginning to intersect with the field of neuropsychology. This module is aimed at participants who are engaged in lifelong learning, those who seek to remain at the cutting edge of neuropsychological research and practice. It's tailored for individuals with an innovative mindset, ready to explore and integrate emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, into the study of brain-behavior relationships. The goal is to inspire and equip neuropsychologists to pioneer new approaches and applications in their work. Module 8, Innovations in Neuropsychology. Objective: to examine the forefront of neuropsychological innovation, focusing on the integration of emerging technologies like AI and ML in understanding and enhancing brain behavior studies. Course content: 1. Introduction to technological innovations in neuropsychology. Definition: the incorporation of advanced technologies to enhance research, diagnosis, and treatment in neuropsychology. Scope, overview of AI, ML, virtual reality, VR, and neurofeedback technologies. 2 AI and ML applications in neuropsychology. Definition: AI refers to machines or algorithms designed to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. ML is a subset of AI focusing on systems that learn from data. Applications: automating diagnostic processes, predicting treatment outcomes, analyzing large-scale neuropsychological data sets. Challenges and opportunities: ethical considerations, accuracy and reliability, personalized medicine. 3. Virtual reality, VR, in neuropsychological therapy and research. Definition: a simulated experience that can mimic or differ from the real world, often used for therapeutic purposes or skill development. Uses: treatment of PTSD, anxiety disorders, and phobias, cognitive rehabilitation, and social cognition training. Implementing VR, designing VR environments for specific neuropsychological applications. 4. Neurofeedback and brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. Neurofeedback, a technique that provides real-time feedback on brain activity, allowing individuals to learn to regulate their neural processes. BCIs, devices that facilitate direct communication between the brain and an external device, often used for augmentative communication or control of prosthetic devices. Applications and future directions: enhancing cognitive function, assisting with rehabilitation, and improving quality of life for individuals with severe motor impairments. 5. Ethical and societal implications. Considerations: privacy concerns, accessibility, potential for misuse, the impact on employment in healthcare. Navigating ethical waters, developing guidelines and policies to ensure responsible use of technology in neuropsychology. Teaching methodology. Interactive lectures, exploring the principles and practical applications of innovative technologies in neuropsychology. Hands-on workshops, experiencing VR, using AI tools, and understanding neurofeedback through demonstrations and exercises. Panel discussions, engaging with experts on the future of neuropsychology and the ethical landscape of technological advancements. Assessment. Project work. Students will conceptualize a neuropsychological study or therapeutic program incorporating one or more of these technologies. Presentation, sharing innovative project ideas with peers, receiving feedback from instructors and experts in the field. Reflective essay, analyzing the potential impact of emerging technologies on the neuropsychology field, considering ethical implications. Conclusion. This module propels students into the future of neuropsychology, where technology offers new frontiers for research, diagnosis, and treatment. It prepares them to be at the forefront of adopting and innovating with these technologies, responsibly and effectively. Creating a full-fledged course script that encapsulates the comprehensive program outline provided, focusing on the pedagogical approach and assessment methods, is an extensive task. For the purpose of clarity and brevity, let's summarize the essence of this course into a concise script format that highlights key elements of teaching and assessing neuropsychology across all levels of expertise and knowledge. Neuropsychology Course Script, a comprehensive program overview. Introduction to the course. Welcome students and educators to an immersive journey through the fascinating world of neuropsychology. This course is designed to guide you from the basic understanding of brain functions to the frontiers of neuropsychological research and application. Our goal is to provide a deep and comprehensive understanding of how the brain's structure and functions relate to behavior and cognition, paving the way for innovations in the field. Pedagogical approach. 1. Interactive lectures. Dive into the theoretical foundations of neuropsychology, engaging with multimedia presentations that bring complex concepts to life. Each lecture is crafted to stimulate curiosity, promote understanding, and encourage questions, fostering an environment where learning is both informative and enjoyable. 2. Lab workshops. Apply your knowledge hands-on with state-of-the-art neuroimaging techniques and diagnostic tools in our lab workshops. Learn to operate MRI and EEG machines, interpret neuroimaging data, and understand the practical aspects of neuropsychological assessment. 3. Case studies. Delve into real-life case studies that illustrate the clinical application of neuropsychological theories and methods. Analyze patient histories, symptoms, and treatment outcomes to develop problem-solving and clinical reasoning skills. 4. Research projects. Embark on original research projects that challenge you to explore unanswered questions in neuropsychology. From designing experiments to analyzing data and drawing conclusions, this aspect of the course aims to cultivate a spirit of innovation and inquiry. 5. Seminars and conferences. Participate in seminars and conferences that showcase pioneering work in neuropsychology. This platform offers invaluable networking opportunities and exposure to cutting-edge research and practices in the field. Assessment methods. 1. Quizzes and exams. Evaluate your understanding of neuropsychological concepts through quizzes and exams designed to test knowledge across various levels, from basic principles to advanced theories. 2. Practical assignments. Demonstrate your practical skills in neuropsychological assessment and intervention through targeted assignments. This hands-on approach ensures that theoretical knowledge is effectively translated into clinical practice. 3. Research papers. Write research papers that reflect your mastery of neuropsychological topics, showcasing your ability to conduct in-depth analysis, synthesize information, and contribute to academic discourse. 4. Peer review. Engage in the peer review process, offering and receiving constructive feedback on research papers and projects. This collaborative effort fosters a community of learning, critical thinking, and scholarly excellence. Conclusion. This comprehensive program is structured to support your journey through the fascinating field of neuropsychology, from foundational knowledge to the pinnacle of research and clinical practice. Embrace the challenges, engage with the content, and emerge as a skilled practitioner and innovator in neuropsychology.